Okay. Let's go. All right, what's up? Okay. So you cover the NASDAQ. Hey, Richson Mania. How are you, man? All right. So I'm looking at how to remove kinesiology tape glue. What? What are you talking about, bro? Is that what you... Hang on. Thank God it's just that, yeah? Oh, man. That could have been so much worse, bro. So much worse. Alright, let's not miss another trade because of distractions here. NASDAQ is at this bottom here, is coming to the open. It's just... Yeah. Alright. Okay, so I wouldn't buy this. Alright, US 30, look. Knife through butter. Let's see what the index open does. There's no trade here for me, not even flow scalping. I mean, unless it falls at the bottom. Right, NASDAQ, as I said, if it pulled back, but in it, I'm not going to take this in my real account, but I'm just looking at like, that needs to push hard and quick. Okay, so I'm just doing this for the sake of setting up. This is the index open trade, and they've got Jolts at 10 a.m., which is going to be interesting to see here already on gold. We see we probably get a nice mean reversion trade up through Jolts. Nice buy opportunity. But let's look at NAS here coming into the open. Okay, US 30 as well. It's pretty primed to smash to the downside, but you know, this is the rarer trade. It's not something that I want to that I want to be in. Yeah. Let's just see this play out, to be honest. There's nothing there for me. This, see, we did that turnaround there. What did we get to? 18 bucks, $21. So actually $22 in that trade, which would have been a 5.6 R trade. I'm totally happy with 4.2 R, 4.4 R at that first area of demand. Now this is coming back to the upside. Would I buy this? It doesn't feel as good as it did to sell it, put it that way. I feel like you could buy here and it would hold and would come back down. And like, I mean, there's very clear imbalance to the left here where it could continue shooting up through, but it's not something I want to be in. My gut says no. Okay, British pound, pulled back, held, pushing up now. Index open happening. Let's look at it in the NASDAQ. We are getting that push to the downside. Oh, US 30 is kicking up at the open here. You could say NAS could be a nice buy. Right? Boom. Where are we? Oh, you gotta be fast. You gotta be fast, baby. I've got my live account open up here, but I just don't like it. I don't see the power in it. It's too strong a downtrend to be buying into. Yeah, see, here we go. Look at that. Years of intuition. Years. Selling off here on US 30. Okay. Now we're going to get that NAS movement that we wanted. The push to the downside. See, look at what's happening here. Just nothing there for a flow scalp trade on NASDAQ. It's too low to sell further, and it's too bearish on the trend to buy. Personally, I just wouldn't buy that. Look at this US 30 trade. Boom, buys up and then selling back down. That was the plan that we're looking at. We're looking at that at the beginning, right? Pulls back and then a continuation to the downside. It seems to be what we're getting here at the open. But nothing for me. Okay. Gold holding here. Hasn't pierced through this area of imbalance. So again, no trade there for gold. And I want to see what happens at Jolts at 10 a.m. Okay. Holding here. No trade on for me here. Oil, interesting. What's oil doing? I mean, could oil sell off more? Possibly. Not a trade that I feel completely comfortable in, to be honest. Right. I need to be in that profit immediately. So not something I'd take. That looks nice. British pound, Japanese yen. we'd like to see. Could have been in a little earlier there. And then pound AUD does look like a nice setup for a sell, although it's been extremely bullish. If this holds until Jolts at 10 a.m, it could be another sell. This holds here. This could be a nice secondary sell. Right, we look at gold in terms of the path it can take. Right. We could have this next leg to there. Okay, so a hypothetical trade like this, something that could happen, but I don't expect that to kick until we get to Jolts, right? And that would give us a $30 move. That's pretty feasible here, but I'm not expecting that to move until 10 a.m. That would be the Jolts trade I'm looking at on gold. NASDAQ did it, okay? It did that move. That was the initial plan we had. Something I wouldn't like to take as a too low, but let's hypothetically be in this trade. I'm definitely not taking this on my challenge account, my real account. It's too low, but this is hot knife through butter. You can see, YAT most definitely do not touch the US 30 today or tomorrow. If you weather these 2 days out, you know that the mean reversion comes back. So 2 days of movement like this, and then you get that nice clean mean reversion back on US 30, and you're going to breeze through the rest of that challenge. But yeah, next 2 days with NFP and everything, no touchy. British pound selling off, still in a bullish spot. Nothing for me that looks like I want to trade it. I don't know what that's doing. So I want to see what this does over the next hour. Okay. This looks nice. GJ. GJ trade there. I needed to push into profit quicker though. I just haven't got that power in the move that allows me to be and break even quick. So it's not a trade that I'm taking live. I'm just looking at setups, but this is not something that, if this pushes hard through here, I would ideally needed to be in this higher at 9:30. If we're in this higher, timing is so important. If we're in higher here, then we can bring this to risk free. So hypothetically, we're looking at that point, somewhere like British pound AUD is at the moment. Okay. If that was to collapse down through here and we got in at that height, right, like this, and it kicked down like that, then we're in a good spot. We can go straight to break even. Like here, hypothetically think that we're in at the top every, and we missed gold earlier. You go straight to break even or tight too, then you leave that thing. Okay, I want my trades break even immediately. Yeah, take that one off. Note this trade is not on until Jolts comes around. This looks like quite a strong buy here now on gold, clearing the imbalance to the left. When I'm in the house next week and I've got an office and I've got quiet space, I'll get some music going. We'll get it nice and make it nice and fun in here, okay? Let's look at this data being released. So, investors around the world will be watching the jobs data to assess the impact of previous years. Forecast 51.3 above 50 indicates industry expansion. Okay, so forecast 9.93. So we're looking for job openings. It's expected to be around 10 mil. Let's see what happens. We get these both higher than forecast, which have a push for the USD. Not a trade I'd want to be in. Be out of that now. Alright. US 30 is going for it to the downside. Again, not something I'd be shorting right now. Or trading mean reversion on. Pound is selling off. Gold is not blowing back up through this area of imbalance, so it could very well turn once it reaches this area of supply during Jolts in 15 minutes. Oil is continuing to, that initial trade we were looking at, it wasn't clean the turn, but it is pushing to the downside, okay? I'm waiting for this. Okay, 10 minutes time. This is the trade I'm looking at here. During jolts, I want to see it come up to this area, then sell off. And jolt news, okay. I'm expecting greater, like good news for the US economy, which would push the price of gold down. So we're waiting for this pullback back to the supply zone here. I'm just going to kind of set that up a little bit. Yep. We'll see how we go. 15 minutes time. All right, I will be, I'm just going to leave this rolling. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at for Jolts and ISM. Don't like any of this here. Again, we all know what that pattern is on US 30, so just stay out of it. Selling off now here on British pound. Jolts in 13 minutes. Just gonna leave the stream running. I'll be back in 7 minutes time to trade this. See this kick back up to this area here. Okay, it's going to get to this zone here. I need to see it sit in this area, line up with the 10 a.m. news, and sell off. Alrighty. What's happening? News in 4 minutes. ISM manufacturing. Who is with me? 3. Okay, let's have a look. See what happens here. 4 minutes till Jolts, ISM. What setups do we have? We don't have any. I'd love to see this kick up one last time, but it ain't that, you know. It ain't that. This had the speed. This has not got the pattern I'm looking for a flow scalp anyway. Mean reversion is not on the cards for US 30 right now. Not on the cards. Look at the 2 minutes for mean reversion. Hot knife through butter. Strong downtrend. We don't trade this pattern on mean reversion. We don't trade it. Doesn't matter. It's not flat. NAS is spinning to the downside, okay, where we predicted, but it's not giving me the movement I want. It's not clean. It can revert any time. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at 10 a.m. It's not something that I'm going to take live in my live account. S&P smashing to the downside, just not worth touching at the moment. Okay, that's the only place you could have put a sell in, but you know, again, not the trade I'm looking for. Oil went for it. We looked at it tentatively to short there. Oil did put the move in. Okay, something we missed. Saw it going. Really did put that move in. Okay, so it would have been a beautiful. Oil was a nice trade. So that was something there. We would have got a 3R trade. Touch this demand zone. Secondary one down here. 2 minutes till news. Oil would be nice. Then let me see here. 1 minute till news. Do I have anything I want at the moment? Let's have a look. Sell stop. Oil. Bang in there. Let's have a look. That's not giving me what I want. Okay. Here we go. Oh, it's on. It's on. The trade is on. News is coming out. I'm in here. I wasn't even. Oh, that caught me by surprise. So I am in the short. It slipped a lot actually. Yeah. I'm on with that live. What's the chat there? No, US 30. We kind of just don't want to actually trade flow scalping with US 30. I think keep it for mean reversion. Look at NASDAQ for flow scalping trades. US 30 is just innately a mean reverting trade. Now I am actually in live on this on gold, but I got in here because it slipped. I was actually I had the buy stop order in low, right? Sorry, the sell stop order in low because I was trying to adjust the lot sizing, and then it skipped and hit where it was sitting down here. So I'm stuck in low at the moment, which is a bit of a bum, pain in the ass, and yeah, it's just not good positioning. So I think I'm going to cut this in a second. It's not working the way that I Like ideally it would have been here and we would have already been in break even. So for me right now, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to cut this live and take a loss. Let's have a look at the 2 minute. Timing's so important with this method. Let's see what this is in the 2 minute. Okay. I need to see this kick down hard here. We have had news come out now. That's a pain in the ass. So I'm actually in live here because my order was sitting here. I didn't bring it up and it went and licked it. So right now, just not good positioning. I'm gonna have to take that hit in a second. I just need to see if this just can give me one last little kick to the downside. Either way, it's just not right positioning. I can still do it. I can still do the trade. I'll just give it a crack. Where are we going with this? $18.88? Oh, I don't know. It's already done 24. So I can give it that. I give it $7, to be honest. Just in so low. So future reference, make sure that your stop orders are well out of the money before news. Again, the timing has to be impeccable here with these flow scalping trades. That's me right now. So I'm just trying to, I'd love it just to get back to break even, to be honest. I think I'm going to slice this. Instead of holding on for dear hope, and we're sitting at the bottom of the riverbank here, I'm just going to cut out. I'm out of that trade. So unfortunately, I got nicked here with my stop order. Whereas if I had it here, we would already have broke even and been out of this trade anyway. So again, I was looking for this kind of secondary push action at 10, like that. Didn't happen, and I've unfortunately had to take a hit of 9.17 there, but it's all good. It's all good. Ooh. It's a bummer. What else we got? Oil would be nice. Yeah, like I just wouldn't flow scalp that yet. Okay, NAS is the one that moves generally a lot more. You can see it's pummeling to the downside, but it's too late to get in here. There would have been the kick. We're talking about it. I mean, if we go back to the previous one, I was talking about shorting here. You know, it's happening, but could have definitely shorted here earlier. Once it pushed in, taken it to break even, and just left it and leave it for the sesh, for sure. So, looking forward to NFP tomorrow. Yeah, looking forward to NFP tomorrow. Beautiful trade on gold this morning at the start. It was just a second too late to the party. And unfortunately took a little hit here on this trade. I actually didn't intend on getting into. I was my buy stop was down here, so it nicked it. And I don't want to be sitting in that trade hoping it comes down. I don't want to cultivate any of that energy. So that's off the cards now. It hasn't worked. I dare say the movement we're probably going to get is something like this, but I needed to move quite fast. Like oil would have been great here. Okay. Would have been great here. So let's come back for NFP tomorrow. Thanks again. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be on at 7 p.m. just to go over strategy before we go for a nice little home run at 8:30. Cheers.